it's one that just affects me a lot and has affected me throughout my entire life. Especially the older and older I've gotten, just the further I go on in life, and that is nostalgia, the kind of bitter sweetness of nostalgia, and also almost like the curse of nostalgia, at least for me and my relationship with nostalgia throughout my entire life. I honestly don't even know where to fucking start because there's so much that I could talk about with this. But I wrote some notes and ideas of stuff that I wanted to specifically hit. And the first thing I have written down here is just when I was a teenager, my greatest fear was growing up. And I don't know, it's kind of funny to think about now, because it's okay, what? That's there's so many worse things that could happen, but it really was. It was to grow up and just kind of become a boring person and live a boring ass life. And it's weird because it's almost like I'm kind of at that point in a way, and it's not that bad. There's still a lot of good things, but that being said, there are a lot of changes that have kind of happened. I'm gonna keep that light up, actually. God damn it. There are a lot of changes that do and have happened throughout my life, it's so hard talking about nostalgia because every time when I look back longingly, at these old memories, these old eras of my life, I don't know, I feel it so intensely, this longing, this desire to kind of go back and experience and kind of be in that place. And it's logically I know that I'm looking back in these rose-tinted glasses, obviously there were a lot of bad things happening during those times, but it's when you put so much distance between those bad things, I almost only see the good things, you know what I mean? The bad things just kind of fade away, and I just longingly wish for a lot of those good times that I used to experience in a very specific era with, the relationships I had at the time, the friends and the people I was with, the things that we were doing, the things we were getting up to. Even now, just starting to talk about it, just the tiniest bit, I feel it, that bittersweet nostalgia, and it's so intense, and it's such a curse in a way, because there's no escape. It only gets worse. I've brought it up to a lot of people, but I was talking to one of my friends, and he mentioned, he was like, man, I've been alive too long. And to me it was so funny, because that's such an old ass thing to say, it's damn, okay, boomer, what the fuck, you're not even 30, calm down. But at the same time, it's oh, fuck, yeah, I get it, it's I have these very specific moments in my life that I'm just oh my god, what I would give to just go back to this very specific moment in time, oh my god. Yeah, I wish I could do a better job at expressing or explaining it's like, yeah, you do. You'll just like randomly have those memories come back to you, you know, or like you'll see something, you're like, oh damn, that reminds me of like my one friend who I haven't seen or talked to for like 7 or 8 years, and like it feels really good to remember those good times and those memories and the fun that I had with those people. But it's also like so fucking heartbreaking to me, you know, like thinking of who I was at that time and who they were, and just like where we were in life was just so perfectly aligned. Like, how did that even happen? And there's just something so beautiful about it, and it's just like, and I think there's something so fucking sad about it too, which also like feeds into its beauty, you know, of the fleetingness of that, you know, like as humans we're constantly changing, and like who I am yesterday isn't necessarily who I am today, you know, like you're almost like constant, your old self is almost constantly dying. And I know that's kind of an intense way of looking at it, but it's kind of true. Like, even who I was a year ago is like quite a bit different than who I am right now. And I don't know, that's tough. It just makes me really fucking sad. Especially like, oh man, yeah, a lot of the notes I wrote on here are just like, yeah, I got really romantic. Oh man. Yeah, 'cause it's just like, I feel like nostalgia just, I like to use the word haunts, because that's what it feels like to me, you know, like, I've had so many friends over the span of my life, and they each have meant so much to me personally, and I love them so much, and I still do love them, and I still have this really deep rooted love for each of these individuals and who they are. And it makes me so fucking sad that like I don't see any of these people again. And also the fact that if I hang out with these people again, most of the time, you know, it's fine. I kind of like, you kind of pick up where you left at for the most part. But there is still like this unspoken distance, because it's like you've changed and they've changed and you can't go back. And even though I still have such an intense love for this person, I'm so fucking distraught because my relationship with that person will never be the same. It will always be gone, because like you have to put in time and effort into your relationships if you want to keep them up and like adapting and stuff like that. But yeah, it makes me really fucking sad. Like, I'm like literally practically tearing up. And it's frustrating, because it's a frustrating feeling, because it's so strong. It's like I just feel like no one could possibly fucking understand. Like, no one can understand how much even just one person that I was like friends with, like even like on my mission, you know, there's people I served with, or people that I served around, and like, yeah, just words will never describe. I guess one thing I wrote down here, which I guess gets close knows is that, like, no one in this world could possibly understand exactly how much I miss all of my old friends. I love you all so much still, and I wish I could spend an eternity with each and every one of you. And honestly, yeah, I feel like that does a pretty good job for me, you know. Like, it's true. Even though, like, even if we weren't doing anything, you know, like, it's still, like, the connection I felt with those people, and even, like, how they helped me throughout my life, and the things they had me feel, was just so special to me, and to not be able to currently have it is like, I almost want to be mad and upset about it. And I know there's a lot of different things people would say, you know, like people would say, well, like you should be happy that it happened, you know, like, and like to try to focus more on the positive or your current relationships, or trying to make those things better. You know, there's a million of different logical solutions to this problem. But the problem for me is that this nostalgia, this curse of nostalgia for me isn't logical. It is 100% emotional. And I don't think there's a whole lot of good logical solutions to something, especially for it's like the nostalgia that I feel is part of me. And yeah, it hurts, but I almost needed to keep them alive, to keep that relationship alive inside me or something. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense. But it's something I can't give up, you know. It's something it's like it'd be like trying to give up on like a friendship. I like, unless it was like absolutely horrible and super toxic, like it's hard for me to do, you know. Yeah, and it's all just really frustrating. It's a very hard emotion for me to deal with and to accept, really. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I just kind of don't really accept any closure or anything. But yeah, that was another thing I wanted to talk about, is like how it kind of is true to some extent, you know. I was talking about looking back with rose-colored like glasses and stuff, but at the same time, a lot of those experiences, like when you're young and stuff, everything does feel really magical because it's all new. It's like your first time experiencing it, you know, like your first ride on a roller coaster, or like the first time you ride a bike or drive a car, you know. It's like you're like, oh my god, this is insane, you know. Like, it's like your world has completely changed, and to kind of achieve that sort of like high is literally so difficult nowadays as an adult. Unless you're like rich, maybe it's easier than you're rich. I have no fucking clue. But it's so easy to just get caught in the monotony and the tediousness of just working and trying to survive. That I don't know, the world just kind of loses that magic just get like the way everything works. You don't really understand how most things are. It really is fucking magic, you know? The sky is magic, waves are magic, animals are like little magical elf-like creatures, because they're just like, oh my god, like what the fuck? This dog is like, what? But now it's like I see a dog and I go, wow, yeah, it's a fucking dog. I don't give a shit, you know? Like, I've seen it before. You just, I don't know, everything just loses its savor, you know? And I don't know, a lot of people might accuse that of being pessimistic thinking, but like, I can't help thinking that way. I can't help being that way. It's a part of who I am. Like, how does one just be positive? How does one change, you know? And to me, it's accepting those negative things about myself, those negative thoughts and beliefs that, like, I don't know, help me move past, move on, or whatever. Yeah, that was one thing I wanted to talk about. Like, I guess back with the magic thing, like, one thing some of my buddies and I used to do back in the days, we would always make each other like mixtapes. We called them mixtapes, even though we just burned CDs with music for our cars and stuff. But it was like the most beautiful thing in the fucking world. Like, you'd like go through, you'd create a playlist for one of your friends, and then you'd burn a CD and you'd give it to them, and it was like even getting one was like a little treasure chest, because it's like, there's so much heart put into it, you know? It's like, I was like, oh yeah, I think this person would like this song, I think they like this song. You know, maybe they wouldn't like this song, but it's a funny, stupid song for me to put on. It's like a joke between us, so I'm gonna put it on anyways. And you can really cater it towards someone. And, you know, you could still do that in this day and age, and you can make a playlist and send it to your friend, but there's something so much different about having it be an object, you know? Like, if you've seen the movie Worst Person in the World, there's this part where this one character is talking about how objects used to hold meaning, and oh, that shit fucked with me. Like, honestly, it resonated within me so hard. It's like it literally resonated within my soul. I don't even know if that shit exists, but that's how I felt. Because it was like, damn, no, that's so true. Like that little stupid mixtape CD with just 20 stupid songs on it, like, was alive. You know, it literally had life to it. Like, it had, like, whoever made it gave it, like, spirit. You know, it had meaning. And I don't feel like I experience that as much anymore, and I don't know what happened, you know. I don't know if that's just like me on my boomer shit and being like, man, times have changed, or like if it like really is like that. Oh, that was loud. Damn. But I don't know, man. I'm fucking sad. I'm sad. I get very sad when I get nostalgic and start thinking about like all the old good times, especially because I've had a lot of different weird eras, and like some of them were like really bad. Like I was like depressed and shit, but it was still like, looking back, I'm like, man, that was like one of the best times of my life. It wasn't, but that's just how it feels looking back. it's hard. I'm haunted by it. I'm haunted. It sucks because to me it almost feels like there's no winning, because it's like either your life is good and everything's enjoyable, but then you'll end up losing that, and then it's like, oh well, that sucks, that's not good, or your life's bad and then it just sucks, I know it's a very probably unhealthy way of looking at things, but that's how I feel sometimes, sometimes I just feel like, damn, being human, I'm getting fucking ripped off, dude, like, damn. Well, it's just stupid. It's stupid. I think that's what annoys me the most. It's like, it's dumb. Why do I feel like this? I don't need to feel like this, but I do, and I will. And I don't want to not feel nostalgic either. Like, I crave it. I want to feel it. And I think that's kind of what I said earlier. It, like, makes me feel alive, Like, it hurts, but it makes me feel alive and like I'm living a life, And that is beautiful, and it's like an awesome thing, and I'm so glad that I've had that in my life. But I just miss my friends, man. I miss so many of my old relationships with like people, even ones that like people might not think like, oh, I was never like, we only knew each other for like 9 weeks, in the MTC, and like we saw each other a little bit after that, but like to me it's like that person is still like, I still view them like in how I viewed them at that time, and that period of time, to where I was like, this person's like one of my best friends, and like my fucking anchor and rock, and I would be dead without them, like not actually, but like that's just like how intense it felt at the time. And it's maybe like, that's one thing I wish I did a lot more, is like tell people how much I appreciate them and appreciate them in my life, because I really do, and I wish I was able to better communicate that, because I do just like really, like, I don't know, my friends are kind of like, and the relationships around me are like my reason for existence, like, and without it, I don't know, I'd be like, I'd just be a shell, I know some people might view that as like me being dependent, but it's like, it's literally human nature. Like, we're social beings. We're meant to be in a community, even if you're introverted or extroverted. And that doesn't matter. You still need to have your own people, your own like tribe. Like, I definitely, I'm a pretty in the middle of introvertedness, extrovertedness. I kind of dabble between the two, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, I think it's important. And yeah, nostalgia's weird. I don't even know what else to say in it. I feel like I have a lot. Oh yeah, I had another thing I want to talk about of like, I had my 10-year high school reunion like last year. And that shit was fucking insane. That shit was so batshit crazy. Like, I don't even like know what to say about it, because it was like, it was just so weird. Like, my relationship with a lot of like the people I was more close with, like didn't change at all, and it was awesome and really fun. yeah, it's just weird, sickening, fun, very cool. But it was like, then once again, it's like, it was really fun to be able to meet with like a lot of my friends who like, I still like keep up with them every once in a while. And we still have a good relationship, you know, but it was sad that it was like, oh shit, like, we had a really good time, and then, you know, we laughed, and then it's like, oh, like, I used to be able to experience that, like, every other day, you know, like, fuck. Oh, like, and now I can't, and, you know, it's not the worst thing, because I still have a lot of other friends now that I like to hang out with, and that I love being with, and I really enjoy being around them, but I just like, but I know that will never be enough time for me to kind of live in that era again. I think it's difficult for me to process because it's similar. It's so similar to death in a lot of ways, you know? Like, if you just don't see anyone ever again, what's the difference between that and them dying? They are dead to you. Like, it's just harder to grieve. It's harder to have that, like, closure. And I think that's, and then even they had to the fucking worst closure too. Like, oh my god, talk about sad. So, it's a hard subject for me. It's something I struggle with a lot, something I think about a lot when I'm in like a sad kind of mood or headspace, you know. It's hard for me to like not get caught and stuck in that kind of cycle of thinking about that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more I could talk about with nostalgia. I mean, I mostly just focused on relationships, just purely nostalgia with relationships, and then mixtapes. That was pretty much it. Not even with like other small things, or even like nostalgia with being like an elementary school kid, where like everything was like nice. I mean, not everything, but yeah, definitely like in a lot of ways better than right now, to where it's like I'm just stuck in a fucking dead-end job, and I'm like, okay, yeah, wow, doing the classic boring 9 to 5, and I'm just like, wow, this is awesome, yeah, this is cool. I'm just rotting away. Oh my god, I'm just trying to live weekend to weekend. But anyways, yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I would love to hear it. What your thoughts or experiences are with nostalgia, things like this. But yeah, I think I gotta stop talking about it, because that's like, I'm gonna put myself in a bad headspace, and I gotta like stop before I get there, you know. But either way, I hope you all have a nice night, and take it easy. Love you all.